What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, here with.
What is going on, everybody? Danny Huckins here, man. 1/3 of We Are Wrestling. We got the Asian sensation over here, man. What is going on, Ben?
What's going on, guys? Ben here, the third of the We Are Wrestling podcast. How you guys doing today? So we've got some reports coming in, and it's going to be a pretty swell extra. So before we get into all the shenanigans and tell you what's going on, Don, take it away, buddy.
That's right. Before we get into Bray Wyatt with, the rumors and the reports that are coming out all day today, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, the best way to support us is by hitting that subscribe button now, turning on the post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course, you already know, the grind is real.
Yeah, buddy.
So, before we get into this, guys, you do not want to miss the new episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast this Saturday. It will be the 50th episode of us doing the show, which is absolutely crazy. And we're going to be covering lots of, wrestling news during that episode, and you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. Unfortunately, last week we couldn't really cover the wrestling news due to me going out to, Queens, New York for the big event New York, which, if you have not checked out the vlog, just came out today.
Hiya.
And just all of our schedules were all busy last week, so we apologize for that. But we're getting back on track, and we have a great extra to start off our Monday.
Yeah,
what is the extra that we're going to be talking about today, Danny?
Oh shit!
You want me to start this off, man?
Yeah, since you were coming.
He's so excited. Since he's so excited to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm so fucking thrilled, man. Can't you see the excitement on my face? I'm getting flustered.
Everybody tells me I'm having a very expressionate mug.
So reports are coming out now. We don't know if it's 100% factual. We don't know the reasoning behind it. But reports have come out today that Bray Wyatt missed shows over the weekend, WWE live events. Him and Omos apparently were supposed to be at the MSG show, but they both decided not to show up for whatever reason. And apparently everybody's saying that Bray Wyatt decided to leave because of creative differences, man. Maybe he's not happy that he has to face Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, which, I mean, to be honest, I don't think anybody was.
No.
Nope.
All right, so before we get into all of the depth of that, for sure, I 100% agree with you, 100%. But it came out also shortly thereafter, things definitely evolve in a short amount of time when it comes to rumors like this. Yep. That it was a physical issue. Now, if it's not injury related and it's not creative related, what the hell is a physical issue?
Maybe
is he sick?
Mental health, maybe?
Already? All right, so what gets me about this whole thing is, he came back, made a powerful, impactful return that I'm still getting roasted about to this day. It was massive, and we had such big aspirations for him, as did Triple H. Obviously, fast forward a few months later, here we are with rumors and speculations and utter doubt everywhere in our core about the wrestling industry, especially with WWE, particularly with the reports that Vince McMahon is dipping his hand in the cookie jar again. And with that being said, the timing does seem right in terms of a walkout, because obviously nobody is happy that he's fucking back, except for Brock Lesnar. Nobody is happy that he's back doing anything for WWE. And it was confirmed that, yes, the Omos versus Brock Lesnar match was produced by Vince McMahon. And I hate that, because we have come so far since Vince. And if this walkout, if he really did walk out, because again, we don't know for sure, but if he did walk out, to, bring back to your comment, Dan, before we started recording, I'm not going to give him the same kind of hate that I gave Sasha Banks and Naomi. I'm not going to give him the same kind of hate. The reason why, dude fucking jumped while he could. If he's jumping, he jumped before it could humiliate and deter his career more than it already is. Like, this dude is already getting the snippets and the gist of what's happening or what could happen with Vince being involved, and he wants none of it. Like, he came back with the understanding that Vince was going to have no part in this whole ride. His return since coming back has been absolutely lackluster. Like, I love the angle of him and LA Knight. Like, I love it. Like, if you're going to start off small, that's the way I would have done it. So, honestly, bravo. And they both killed it. They both really carried this feud. Would I have rathered somebody else? In the long run, yes, because Bray Wyatt is a beyond established superstar, and we're expecting this massive return from a massive talent. It was okay, but given that he only wrestled one match, a pretty fucking decent one, I will say, too, very well planned, and had Bray Wyatt written all over it, and the buildup was all right. There was some great stuff there. There was some pretty good stuff here. It was weak. It was kind of weak one week, and then it was great another. Then it was kind of mid another week. It's been very lackluster as it is, even with just Triple H. You should have had bigger and broader plans if you had planned to bring him back at this specific time. Motherfucker deserves to be in some kind of main event storyline, if not for the title, something big. Give him a good feud. Give me a juicy opponent that maybe he has unfinished business with. Like, give me something that connects to Bray Wyatt and something that will excite the fans upon his return. It's been nothing but lackluster and almost borderline embarrassing because he's already back at the Firefly fucking Fun House, which we wanted to be over with by now. Like, it is a shitty and very messy situation all around, just to the core of it. And I'm really worried here, man. I'm really worried, not just for Bray Wyatt, which is a big fucking deal because, let's face it, we just got him back and he only wrestled one fucking match. This is shaking me to the core because I don't know where WWE's future is going at this point. I don't know what's true. And another thing that's really bothering me and pissing me off is the fact that they're lying to us about Vince's involvement. They're lying to us 100%, saying, oh, he's not back in creative, blah, blah, blah. Bro, the 180 lately that WWE has been taking again has Vince McMahon's name written all the fuck over it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I want to say this too, to add on to sort of what you were saying.
Yeah.
If you look very closely on all the WrestleMania, they since have taken all of them off. They've changed them all since like all the backlash came out. But underneath majority of the WrestleMania posters, it says directed by Vince McMahon. Obviously, they have the whole Hollywood theme or whatever. Directed by means the person that's behind creative.
And why put Vince's name specifically? What, to pay homage? No, fuck out of here. We're not dumb, bro. Just because we're toxic does not mean we're fucking dumb. Like, it just rattles me to the core about the whole thing, and it really does. Like, if I was Bray Wyatt, I would be fucking frustrated. Absolutely 100,000% frustrated because he is a marquee money fucking star. Roman fucking Reigns level, arguably. Roman fucking Reigns level. If you put him in the right storyline and give him a right driving force creatively and let him dip his hand into the cookie jar, that's fucking money, son. What is the fucking issue? What is the issue? What is happening?
I would have much rather him feud with Roman Reigns, to be honest with you. That would have been
Same.
Imagine Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman cutting a promo in the middle of the ring, and then
there's other people I would rather
the
have
lights
Bray Wyatt
the lights go off and like fucking thunderbolts hit the fucking ring
Here's the
and shit
thing.
like that.
Even if Bray Wyatt lost, I would have rathered the Wyatt 6 versus the Bloodline and Roman versus Bray. I would have rathered that than what we've got.
Fire.
I want to
Even
tag
if
myself
Bray
in now
lost.
that you mentioned that. Here's the problem with doing that with Bray Wyatt. You see, creative and WWE, they've dug themselves a hole when it comes to Bray Wyatt because in the beginning of his career as the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, he would always lose matches. And that's where a lot of the Bray Wyatt fans would get really pissed off and they would complain about it in the IWC. And if you did something like that with Roman, imagine all the backlash and all the heat that's going to get because wrestling fans, they want Bray Wyatt to get, wins, this and that. And then, of course, with The Fiend, they go out and they do that. He gets, a bunch of wins. They build him like this monster. And then, unfortunately, people are complaining that, it's, now it's getting too repetitive now. And the problem is with Bray Wyatt is they don't know how to book him. Triple H,
absolutely.
Vince McMahon, nobody knows how to book him because if you make the man lose, it's a problem. But if you make the man win, he's burying a talent.
Exactly. And you do have
That
a
fucking
solid,
sucks.
bro, you have a solid point. 100%. Like, you're on it. Like, they have no, and you would think, and again, the whole comment that Triple H made did not age well. It aged like fucking milk. When he was like, oh, Bray Wyatt is one of the most creative individuals that I've ever worked with, and he's like a tornado. As long as you harness that tornado and you point it in the right direction, then we have really have money. Like, it really fucking bothers me that he said that but didn't harness it. He just let it go fucking haywire again and allowed that angle, which again could have been money, to plummet. And I'm so fucking mad about it because I'm like, dude, you literally just got this guy back. You had gold. Now this dude's gonna jump to fucking AEW and get them fucking ratings.
Well, if you remember, reports came out a couple of months ago. People were before this whole Vince McMahon
I'm just
visiting
mad.
John Cena and sitting in Gorilla all night or whatever. Before those reports came out, it came out that there was a possibility that Vince McMahon was gonna weasel his way back into creative. And apparently during an interview or something, Triple H outed that he does take phone calls and take suggestions from Vince McMahon. So I think that was like towards the end of
Which I'm not
2022.
surprised by that at all. But Danny, how do you feel about these reports with Bray Wyatt, due to being physical, why he's not going to be at WrestleMania and why he's not going to be on television?
It's
moving
confirmed that
forward?
he's not going to be at Mania officially.
That's what people are saying, the rumors.
People
Not
are
100%
saying it's not 100% confirmed. Take everything that we're saying, take with a grain of salt. Everything that everybody on Twitter is saying, take it with a grain of salt. Unless WWE or somebody comes out with an official statement, it's not confirmed.
No, with Twitter, you got to fucking take like a whole fucking spoon of salt.
Yeah, because people like remember when everybody was freaking out that WWE sold to Saudi because that dude from DAZN fucking
that aged well.
said he had sources. Yeah. I don't think Bray Wyatt's hurt. I don't think he has, because I remember when Brody Lee passed away and everybody was saying that, he's taking time off, he's depressed, he has mental issues or whatever. I don't want to go out and say that about somebody if it's not 100% true. So to me, that's not happening. I do honestly think that if Bray Wyatt did leave, he left because of creative, because,
that's the only way. That's the only thing I can think about, man. They're trying to throw us off and derail us from the situation because it's become a shit show. Like,
I mean, when you look at it, when Bray Wyatt came back at Extreme Rules, Bray Wyatt's always sort of been like this, gothic kind of like, serious kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
And since he started feuding with Bobby Lashley, he's doing the Muscle Man dance, and the Firefly Fun House is back, and even in interviews he said that the Fiend died. He outright said that.
So why are we back in the fucking Fun House?
I don't think that's Bray Wyatt's idea. I think
it's not.
Obviously the people you're gonna listen to the people.
No, at this point,
bro, it's not because the Fiend.
Can I tell you why they're doing the Firefly Fun House stuff with Bobby Lashley?
Why?
It's to play mind games with Lashley, and one thing that Bray Wyatt did back in the Firefly Fun House was the Muscle Man dance. And Bobby Lashley, what does the man literally do? He flexes his muscles.
Yeah, but if you remember, they did the Firefly Fun House several times.
It's all mind games.
When he was feuding with LA Knight.
Bro. It's mind games. That's what he's trying to do to Bobby Lashley.
But coming back with the QR codes and the YS6 and you have these creepy puppets that come to life, and we saw the Firefly Fun House literally on his return. Everybody was dead. There was cobwebs. It was very dark and grim, and now they're back to that. Bro, there's nothing on this planet that can tell me that this is Bray Wyatt's idea. Nothing.
It's not 100%. We don't know that until, we hear it from his side. But my thoughts on this whole thing, I do got to agree. I don't think that there's an injury. I think they're covering up the truth here. And I think the truth is Bray Wyatt left. He walked out due to creative. Because let's be honest here, his return ever since Extreme Rules, he had a fantastic return. Then after Extreme Rules, they decided to wait all the way until the Royal Rumble to have his first match. And his first match is not just a regular match. It's a pitch black match. Yes, we enjoyed it. But other people did not enjoy it. They thought that it was stupid, and why a lot of people don't really like Bray Wyatt that much because all the man can work is cinematic matches. That's why for me, personally, I wish that Bray Wyatt would go back to the Eater of Worlds because he was able to work regular matches. He was able to work regular feuds. He was able to put people over. He was able to put himself over. But now, with the Fiend and stuff, he can't do that. And
The
Seth
Fiend is dead.
Rollins, I believe, had an interview with Ariel on, one of the WWE documentaries. And, Ariel talked about Bray Wyatt to him. And Seth Rollins even said, for a guy like Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt works in a storyline. But for somebody like me and like other talent that are also trying to be put over while the Fiend is being put over, you can't with Bray Wyatt because unfortunately in storylines with him, it's usually a one-way street.
Bro.
Nothing
Fiend,
against the talent at all.
Bray Wyatt.
Talent.
I heard from Bray Wyatt's own mouth that the Fiend is dead. The Fiend is not coming back. He said it on the interview with that
Okay,
fucking
but I'm talking about the way that his storylines and stuff work. Seth Rollins said on an interview that the way
And
Bray
that's fine.
Wyatt with storytelling and stuff, it's a shitty situation because depending on who it is, like Randy Orton, it works. I think a guy like Karrion Kross, it can work. Braun Strowman, it can work. People like that, it can work. But like for a guy like Seth Rollins, it didn't work. And look what happened. Seth Rollins was one of the most popular baby faces around that time. And when the Hell in a Cell match happened against Bray Wyatt, when the lights were red, what happened? Seth Rollins, it took him how many curve stomps to beat him? 18.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the Firefly Fun House, bro, it's not Bray Wyatt's idea. I am so positive about that. Like, I will bet any amount of money on that. Bray Wyatt, when he came back, we saw the Firefly Fun House. It looked like a bomb went off in it, bro. I could tell when he came back, he wanted to be taken a little bit more serious in the Fiend character and then the Firefly Fun House and the puppets and stuff like that.
And then it slowly got bubblegummy again.
I can't imagine that Bray Wyatt would, he would be on a straight trajectory to where, he's sort of regaining control of his career. And then he does a fucking U-turn and goes in the opposite direction to where he's supposed to go.
But the problem is, Danny, the only good thing that Bray Wyatt had this entire lackluster run was his return. Everything else, unfortunately, they fumbled bad.
And I'm not denying that.
I'm with you, man.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. And, I really hope, the wrestling community, the We Are Wrestling Maniacs can consider what I'm going to say here. I hope you guys can as well.
Oh, shit. What are you going to
Bray Wyatt is a fantastic talent. One of the most creative minds in the business.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we're going to see more success from Bray Wyatt if he works in a creative role rather than being on TV.
Honestly, you're right, but it's a damn shame not having him on TV.
Exactly.
Because you lose one of the most creative minds on TV that could gross viewership in him just himself. He's a brand name at this point.
But here's the thing, before you go on, Danny, that's the thing. He is so creative that nobody can work with him. Triple H and Vince McMahon, they don't understand Bray Wyatt's vision. And the only way that Bray Wyatt will be able to show that vision is if he's writing it and he's directing it and he has control of the entire thing.
Yeah. We are definitely going to know.
Though, unfortunately. We would love it.
We are definitely going to know. Like, at this point, I would rather see Bray Wyatt in AEW because the performers are able to. They are able to do like a bunch of like their own creative and stuff like that.
I think he's gonna just fucking say fuck it and hang it up rather than fucking go to AEW at this point because he just get lost in the fold.
If he doesn't fit AEW,
if Bobby Lashley comes on Raw tonight and mentions Bray Wyatt, or on Friday mentions Bray Wyatt, then the match is definitely gonna be on for WrestleMania. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I feel like what's going to happen now with Bobby Lashley going into WrestleMania, if he's not working with Bray Wyatt, I could see it being Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight.
Hell fucking no, bro. That match would be fucking horrible.
I want fucking Brock versus Gunther for fuck's sake, dude. Like it should have been Brock versus
I
Gunther.
told
in
you
the first
guys it was
place.
going to be a triple threat match.
It's
That's
gonna
how
be
they're
a triple
building it.
threat match, and Sheamus is gonna win, and then
No, he's not
towards the
going to
No,
win.
the fuck
Yes,
he's not. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Yes,
not.
he is. Yes,
No,
he is.
he's not.
I can't wait until he loses, and then we're at the the watch along. And
Bro,
Dan
it
and I
already-
are just
it
like,
already
"Fuck
came-
you,
it already-
Danny."
it
They
already-
have to turn off the
Bro.
cameras for that bitch so nobody could tell what happened.
It already came out that after WrestleMania they're gonna start aiming Gunther into the world title picture, bro. Why would he need the IC title? It's already came out that that's what's gonna happen.
Honestly, I'm stoked for that, even if they do go that angle, regardless of what happens, because I would love to see him in the world title picture.
Who
because
knows
that
how-
dude is
well,
a
me
fucking
too.
monster.
Who
They
knows how-
already
I
established it.
see him being the world champion by like Survivor Series. I don't think they're gonna get the title off of him right away.
God, it's not gonna be
who-
Survivor Series. It'll be fucking WrestleMania. He's gonna fucking win the Rumble next year. They already fucking established it.
Hey, you never know though. Cody could be champion until Survivor
But-
Series, and then
but
Gunther
for all-
takes it from him.
But think about it.
Full
For all
circle.
we know,
I love
this
how
could
fucking
be
Dan's on a completely different like story
No.
right now than us.
no. But I'm speaking factual information. For all we know, this could be
I-
Sheamus' last year in pro wrestling. We don't know. Like the dude has been in WWE for 17 years. Like, he's gonna hang it up eventually. The Intercontinental Championship is the only title he's never won in the and since he's been in the business.
So you're telling me that the dude is gonna win the title and then say that this is his last year in the business after only 17 years, when people have been doing this for way longer?
No, I just think I think this is his time, bro. I think this is his time.
People have in pro wrestling. People
I
have
will-
careers 20 to 30 years.
Yeah, I will say though,
He's got more
100%
years
Dan.
left.
I will say that in a sense, I do understand what you're saying, because the dude,
Mhm.
it's unfortunate to say that he has been very lackluster as of late. Like there's only so much you can do with Sheamus, and I do agree that like there's not much more you can pull out of him before you start really hating him. So it's like I'd rather him die a hero than live long enough to become the villain.
You know
really.
what they
So-
could
I
do?
understand what you're saying.
You know
Yeah,
what they could
you know
do?
what I mean? What's up?
It's a triple threat match, right? Gunther's whole role is, him. He's never been pinned on WWE. What if they find a way to knock Gunther out? Sheamus and Drew McIntyre go at it. Sheamus pins McIntyre. That way, Gunther loses the title, but he doesn't get pinned. He still has that,
I could see that angle happening,
I could see that happening, but
because
I
that
wanna
way
know,
Gunther
Danny.
wouldn't lose credibility.
here's the thing I want to know before we jump back into Bray Wyatt.
So
Who's going to retain their championship at WrestleMania? Because
Oh shit!
everybody keeps saying, "Oh, everybody's going to lose the titles." I want to hear it from you.
I don't think anybody is, bro.
You don't think anybody's going to
Well-
retain the championship?
Well, I think
reports
Austin
that-
Theory is. I think
People-
Theory's gonna win for sure.
Yeah, well, Theory's going to retain
because it's
people
for the
are-
championship. So
People keep saying that it's looking more and more like Roman is going to retain and beat
No.
Cody.
no, and if they do, it's
They better
fucking
not.
stupid. At that point, I'm turning off the goddamn TV
Because, like,
forever, and I'm done with pro wrestling.
We only have 3 weeks to Mania, and they've only had one face to face since Cody's came back to WWE.
I'm telling you this right now. I'm gonna
and
look
Roman
at the camera as
doesn't
I say
work
this.
Raw.
If Roman Reigns wins in any capacity at WrestleMania, I'm literally quitting pro wrestling everything for a while until some shit happens that draws me back, because at that point, you're old yellering your own business, and I want no part of it. So,
AEW. You can watch AEW with us.
yep, maybe I might have to. I really might have to at this point. If that's what happens, I really might have to.
But after WrestleMania, right? And I made a short about this, and I've been talking about this to a few people. Triple H hasn't fully taken over. It's not going to be until after WrestleMania to where he flushes all these feuds out, all these prior feuds or whatever that Vince McMahon started. It's not going to be because there's going to be a shift after WrestleMania. We're going to have a draft. New people are going to be on
Stop
SmackDown. New
speaking
people
up
are
for
going to be on
Triple
Raw.
H. Can we get out of the honeymoon stage already? He's been in creative for 6 months now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was
He's had
bro,
plenty of time, Danny.
he was fed shit and was told make gold with this.
After Austin Theory got rid of the Money in the Bank contract, everything Vince McMahon was gone.
I don't totally think that.
All right, but getting back into Bray Wyatt, Here's what I do think could happen. I don't see him going to AEW.
No.
What I see happening is maybe depending on, because there have been reports, and I believe we did cover this on an extra or an old episode of the podcast, Freddie Prinze Jr. is actually going to be doing his own wrestling promotion.
Absolutely. If he's not going to go to AEW,
and
he's
Bray
not going to
Wyatt
be
are pretty
working.
close.
If Bray Wyatt's not willing to go to AEW and be on TV, he's not going to work for a promotion that that doesn't even have a YouTube show. I don't even know. Is that a promotion even fucking happening? I haven't heard anything on it in months.
Yeah, but the thing is, having a guy like Bray Wyatt could definitely, get a solid TV
Maybe
deal.
he'll go to Control Your Narrative.
Oh, that's already dead. They're part of
it's done.
NWA.
And where on TV? What time slot would this television show or whatever would happen, bro?
I don't know, but all I know is
has
Freddie
Peacock.
Prinze Jr. said it in interviews that if he was running a promotion, Bray
Tubi.
Wyatt would be his go-to guy.
He also said the same thing about Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross
And
was going to be his
How do you
first
know
champion.
Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to do a promotion like AEW or Impact or NWA? What if he wants to go in a sports entertainment route?
Depending on how it was, if it's going to be all cinematic matches, I would never watch it. It would be a
Obviously, I don't
waste of
think
my
any of us
time.
would ever watch it. But they both have expressed interest with working with each other in the past.
I know
before
Freddie
Wyatt returned to WWE.
I know Freddie Prinze Jr. does not like the way WWE does things, so I don't think he would center his promotion around sports entertainment.
Yeah, but having a guy like Bray Wyatt, man, there's going to be solid storytelling. There's going to be solid feuds. Anything is possible.
You don't know that.
I'm just saying, if there's any promotion I could see Bray Wyatt going to, it's either going to be Impact Wrestling or Freddie Prinze Jr.'s company.
If
If
he's
he
not
makes
going to
it
go to
to
AEW, he's not going to go to fucking Impact. 2 people watch Impact.
What do you mean? Impact friggin' they do better storytelling friggin' than AEW does.
Yeah, but they don't have the viewership, bro. They do not have the. Do you know how much money
Yep, and a
they
guy
would
like
have to
Bray
pay
Wyatt
Brian?
could get them a friggin' better TV deal.
I hate the fact that literally neither of you have even considered New Japan. Like, I hate the fact, like, you literally, if you put Bray Wyatt in New Japan, that's fucking money.
Have
like,
Bray
the
Wyatt
fact-
be a member of the Bullet Club.
No, stop. Shut the fuck up. No.
Shut the fuck
literally,
up.
literally, just listen to me for a fucking second. If you put him in New Japan, which, by the way, I know neither of you are fucking anime fans, so I don't expect you to be cultured when I say this. New Japan would be one of the best fucking places for him to land if he still wanted to be in the fucking wrestling world, where 1, he's going to be seen, 2, he's going to have almost legitimately full creative control of whatever the fuck he wants to do, and 3, those matches would be fucking nuts. Those matches would be fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, literally everything, and it wouldn't even have to be cinematic. They would have him do crazy shit beyond his wildest fucking dreams. Like, that is a Bray Wyatt wet dream, and they don't hold punches. They don't fucking hold that shit back. They go full fucking force. So whatever he'd want to do, we'd finally be able to see it. So yeah, if you want him to continue in pro wrestling in a creative direction where he's gonna be seen, New Japan.
They don't have
You
a
know what?
weekly TV show though.
I gotta give you that, Ben.
Thank you. No, fuck you, Danny. Thank you, Donnie.
I really have to give you that. It does make more sense for him to go to New Japan than Impact.
And he hasn't
I
been
don't
there,
see
I don't
that.
think. So if you put him against a lot of these other fucking stars, holy shit. I'm
But
sorry,
here's
like,
the thing, though. Here's the thing now why I mentioned Impact. Yes, they don't have a TV deal right now. They're on Access TV that nobody has access to.
unless
in
you're a
the past,
concert watcher.
Before they got solid, TV deals and endorsements back in the day, all it took was Kurt Angle to TNA to get them solid endorsements and TV deals. A guy like Bray Wyatt to Impact Wrestling, they could probably land a better TV deal. And there are reports that Scott D'Amore, the guy that's, been running creative and stuff over there, actually just got promoted to being president of Impact Wrestling. So we are going to be seeing changes with that promotion, within the next year or so.
I just hope that it's good because, good pro wrestling is everything. And I hope that they get a TV deal eventually because, dude.
Because
It could be
Impact
great.
Wrestling, man, I hear it from all the friggin' the IWC. Their pay-per-views are some of the best pay-per-views. But unfortunately, they just are on a network that nobody really has access to. They have a solid roster. You can't tell me no.
Even if Bray Wyatt does go to Impact, I don't think I would ever watch it because I don't like
Of course you
in
won't.
studio. I don't like in studio shows. Now, if they were to tour, like sort of like be like WWE, to where they would tour different cities, maybe I'd watch it. Same reason why I hate
They do
NXT.
tour. They do
Bro,
not go in
they're
just Orlando, Florida anymore. They actually do tour and they
no,
go to different places.
they're in like fucking Tennessee and shit. They tour for
They
like
don't
pay per
do all
views and
their
stuff like
tapings in
that.
Tennessee, Danny. That's how I know how uneducated you are when it comes to Impact Wrestling. I pay
My
attention.
Okay,
God, you are
whatever you
slaughtering
say.
this man.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
no,
say.
I 100% just I don't know what's going on to the T yet. I would rather digest it a little bit more and see where it's going. See how the reports come out and see what is really going on. We can only assume so much because again, it's only the very beginning of what's happening. It all happened very fast, so yeah, we can all unanimously agree that it was a creative direction. Because
Yes.
he's a bigger name and he deserves so much better. So that's my initial thought on it. And however this ends out, I just hope it works in his favor.
What's your
And
initial?
also, before we end, also Jay is better than Jimmy and fuck Vince McMahon.
You know what I could kind of
Montez
see?
is better than Angelo too.
You know what I could kind of see?
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if you guys will be in agreement with this, and this will be the last thing before we get out of here. But I've heard
Controversy before we leave, of course.
I've heard rumors that Insanity is coming back.
Negative Nancy.
What if Bray Wyatt's like the leader of Insanity? They're sort of like
No.
this.
No.
Bray Wyatt's
No.
Bray Wyatt's always been better when he's the leader
Just
of
give
a
your
faction.
initial thoughts, Danny,
Just give us
on
the
this.
Just give us the thoughts.
Those are my thoughts. Insanity's coming back. Fuck all these.
All right, what's your
dudes coming
thoughts,
back.
Don? What's your thoughts, Donnie?
All right, my initial thoughts, my final thoughts on all of this. Bray Wyatt, it's just unfortunate that his WWE return has been lackluster, and it really sucks that nobody can do anything creative for this guy who,
Boggles my
really
mind.
has a different vision than other people. Like, I really compare Bray Wyatt to Raven because Raven is also another very creative individual who, in any wrestling promotion that he worked for, he was always misused because people never really understood Raven's, perspective on things. And Bray Wyatt's one of those guys that, pretty much needs to be in it. He needs to direct it. He needs to have full control over it. And in WWE, they have a whole production team that, controls it. They have a whole creative team that controls it. And Bray Wyatt, the only way that he's going to strive in professional wrestling or sports entertainment is if he's the one in the driver's seat completely. And it's just unfortunate that this, return was lackluster. I was really hoping for like a Wyatt 6 faction. I was really hoping for better things like a feud with Karrion and Cross would have been
Yeah.
pretty cool. And it's just unfortunate because Bray Wyatt is so, misunderstood. And I think a lot of the people in the wrestling community, they really, take his creative and they really take his talent for granted.
Mm.
And I think Bray Wyatt, he's going to be making the most noise in professional wrestling, sports entertainment when he decides to, hang up the boots and, take a creative role because he understands the business.
Yeah.
And he does have a very creative way of doing things. And if he can, pass that knowledge on to a young star, he can make some pretty bright superstars for years to come in this business.
I wouldn't mind Bray Wyatt being a part of creative, but call me selfish, call me whatever you want. I love seeing that man on TV.
Same.
I've been a huge advocate of Bray Wyatt
Same
for
here.
years.
Absolutely.
I just hope at some point, that he can go in the creative direction that he wants. Because Bray Wyatt is so creative. I feel like if they gave him 100% creative freedom, he'd be able to come up with some really cool shit.
Oh, we all know that.
And that's why, for me, that's why I said, Impact. Ben said New Japan, because in those two promotions, if there's anywhere Bray Wyatt's going to be able to have full creative control, nobody can control his character but him. It's Impact or New Japan, which New Japan is more on a bigger scale. So that's why, like, I definitely am considering what Ben,
I'm
did say on
And
this.
the
I'm-
content's a lot more mature.
I'm more down with New Japan than I would be Impact. I just like, he likes being in WWE because he gets to be put. Everybody in the world gets to watch him. Not
Yeah.
like there's
But there are
the
some
viewership-
sacrifices that even he's not willing to make, and I
The
do understand. You have to know your worth, man.
Yeah, but the viewership that watches New Japan is very, very, very low.
And I could just see Bray Wyatt also just doing independent meet and greets and just doing movies as well.
Blitzkrieg
Something that he
Pro!
also is, passionate about.
Blitzkrieg Pro, let's
My
fucking
man.
go.
Hell yeah, rep it, dude. Hell
Yes. But guys, let us know in the comment section below how you guys feel about the Bray Wyatt rumors and, the reports of, him being hurt. That's what they're saying. Let us know in the comment section below how you guys feel about the whole Bray Wyatt thing. Remember, our thoughts, they're, our opinions. They're not 100% confirmed. You got to take everything you're seeing with a grain of salt. This is just how we feel on the Bray Wyatt situation. So please let us know in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this extra on a Monday, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow all of us on our social medias and other YouTube pages. In addition, you want shorter clips of, the podcast that we record here on the We Are Wrestling channel, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All that down below. And earlier, if you have not seen the vlog for the big event New York, the event I went to this past weekend, it's up on the channel. Also, new episode of Old School versus New School, episode 10. Chaz and I, we actually did a watch along to one of our favorite WrestleMania matches growing up. Mine was Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. Chaz's was Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat. If you're interested in that, you
Nice.
can check all that out. The link's down below. But of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.